3 people might see this.
Hey, that's better than no one. And hello,
Okay, you put it
everyone. It is recording again. How you guys doing?
Sorry, I was looking for the light to make me brighter, but
No,
Mm.
it's on you
Nothing can make you brighter.
because you're dark. No, you're good. You're lit up.
You need a drummer.
It's bright in here. Sam's actually the darker one.
You need a
And
drummer.
Nice. But anyways, as you can see, Sam is here. This is our illustrious bass player. He does exist.
Woo!
This is podcast number 6. Go ahead and introduce yourself, Sam.
What's up, guys? I'm Sam. I'm the bass player, or the harmonica player,
We need a harmonica
or
player.
the triangle player.
We
Whatever the fuck they need at the time.
don't- Okay, well, we're gonna end up talking about
And
that.
that's enough with Sam.
Did you hear the hate?
he
I heard
is
it.
gone. Cut
I
him
heard-
out.
I heard the hate.
Yeah, that's
He's-
good right there.
he's
So, anyways, how did you start, Sam? Like, what was your first? Well, actually,
Dive right
start
in
out
it.
start out what your first thing is, and then start about all the nonsense you had to go with this band.
Are we talking band or like how far back do you?
Let's just go like what
Go
started
all
with
the
your
way
music. Yeah. Well, how did your music start?
I got into school band. My very first instrument was the saxophone. tenor
As was
sax.
mine. It's good. It's good right there.
Hell yeah!
I'll
fist bump.
drink to that. If you're not saying,
Cheers.
like this, our time is the enemy. Look at that. Just
Shameless
delightful.
product placement.
Yeah, that's right.
Kenny, you suck.
And today,
I drink whiskey. Watch your mouth.
no affiliation with us. I'm drinking MGD, the manliest of beers, and he's drinking delicious Guinness.
Yes,
No
and
affiliation.
actually, I have Jack and coffee over on this side.
Jack
too.
and coffee. So
Yeah.
he's an alcoholic.
Uppers
no,
and downers.
No,
No, he's not. My mom actually watches this. Hi, Mom.
Does she really?
Yeah.
Yes, she does. Yeah.
Hi, Mom.
She was like telling us things about it. I was like, oh my god, she watched it.
Say hi to Pork Chop for me.
Yeah, we'll bring my dog on one of these days. She's an asshole. But anyways, continue, Sam.
Yeah, so I started in 6th grade, saxophone. After that, I got my first stringed instrument when I was in 8th grade. It was a bass. Played it for about a year, and no offense to bass players, because I am one, but bass is fucking boring when you're by yourself. So,
Maybe.
finally got a donated guitar from my aunt that was like 60 years old and crooked and half fucking bent.
Was it a Fender?
No, it was a Yamaha. No offense to Yamaha. You make great instruments, but this one was a piece of shit. So,
See, there we did it
Oh,
again.
my first was a wash.
And they're not fucking with us now.
And it was like, and these guys were,
no, it was a piece of crap because it got sat in a closet for like 6 years or 20 years, whichever. So,
Looks like we're getting our piano from Roland.
I like Rollins.
I've been playing guitar for about 10, 12 years now. I still suck, but you know, I've got that time I could brag about.
Still
Because
mediocre.
time is the
Enemy,
Yeah,
but
look at that.
So yeah, I originally auditioned for the band as a guitar player because they were looking for a guitar player. Met the infamous Kenny up at a hookah bar that he used to frequent all the time, and sent him a recording of me playing. He got it to John. The
So
rest
this
was
is
history.
bullshit.
And now I'm a great guitar player for Time Is the Enemy.
That's good times.
Say that one more time.
Yeah.
Say it
Yeah,
one more time. You're a great bassist.
So
Time
okay,
is the enemy.
so yeah, once you're in the band, kind of go about what happened throughout. Let's say like when you first joined in, coming on to where we are now.
Yeah, so like I said, guitar. Truthfully, I wasn't really cutting it for what the band wanted to do, which is fine. You know, I was not a metal kid. I wasn't raised a metal kid. I wasn't actually into metal until this band, believe it or not.
You're welcome.
Yeah, thank you. I'm always been more of a blues player, so I just didn't really have the chops at the time and never done anything remotely like it. So we had talked about going to bass, something that I thought I might be able to do because I initially started string instruments on a bass, and then that was not really working out at the time either. So they're like, "Hey, we really want to like throw keyboards in the mix because we're a death metal band. Rock on." So I'm like, "Fuck it, let me just go blow like $3,000 at Guitar Center and get a keyboard."
Truth.
Started to learn how to
Pretty much
play
everything
that.
else too. Then.
They brought on a bass player, so we had a 19-piece band for a little bit, and I was playing keyboard during it. And after that, our beloved bass player pursued other things. He had a great career that he's following right now. So they needed a bass player.
Shout out to you, Travis.
Yeah.
Good stuff. And once
Travis,
again,
you the shit.
thanks
Miss
to
you,
him
dude.
donating gear to us too. Much appreciated. Still haven't got forgotten.
So yeah, we had a hole that needed filling, and
Sorry, I couldn't help
but
myself.
I ended up filling that hole, and this was about, a year ago? Roughly.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So-
and then
Been playing bass for about a year now, and I'm loving it, believe it or not. Never thought I would.
I
But
believe
when you
in
play
not.
with other people, bass is fucking awesome.
yeah, bass is
I believe in not. You bitch so often.
Well, no, that's just because that's the type of person I am.
mhm. I was like,
fucking hate
can you not
Can
play
you
those
imagine
notes?
if I was playing the guitar, how much I would bitch? Oh my god.
Dude,
You
I'll
know
be
I couldn't
like,
deal with you.
You know what?
I'd be fuck
I
off.
never
Go
thought
away.
about it that way.
oh, dude, when he first auditioned too, I was just like, okay, that's good, and like that. And then we went on. I'm like, dude, he's kind of sloppy, man. I was
Well,
like, that blues is coming through, but
Yeah.
it's two different areas. And it was the same thing with Kenny too. I was like, yeah, he grew up with like like gospel and like that, and he was in metal, but he wasn't like. I would just live, eat, sleep, bread. I was metal. I was like, Kenny, check this band out. Kenny, check this band out. And then now, like we're going back and forth now on just metal bands that I've never heard of, or I'm like, hey, did you check this band out yet? Like right now, Kenny's on a big Carnifex kick.
Carfax.
Yeah, I was like, Carfax?
Fucking love them.
Yeah, they're good. I don't know. Would they be what? Tech Death?
I think they're like.
I don't know how they are anymore.
They're a decent. They're a good balance. I mean, we're not gonna make that left turn, but they're just a good balance. They're not the.
Doom, doom, doom.
There's just they have a lot of layers. I appreciate
Like
listening to them.
onions.
Yeah.
Like
Onions.
ogres and onions.
Shout out to Shrek.
Ogres are like onions. They have layers. Leave it out, turn
You
brown
mean
in
they're
the sun.
smelly and they make people cry?
So if I ever meet Carnifex, I hope you never heard this because you are now the Onion Band.
Oh, they're good though.
It's better
That's
than
how I'm gonna
garlic.
remember.
Where are they from? I'm not really sure.
I don't know. I didn't do a whole lot of research.
I just Liquid Metal. I've been listening to that, and then like good old Jose Mangan. That dude's on like every freaking. He's been hosting Octane, as of late. He like apparently like it's in was that Western was Pacific time? Is that it?
That's,
What it
yeah.
is? I don't know my time zones. But anyways,
Man,
he was out there.
geometry
Geometry,
is a
man.
bitch.
Whew. Who says metal guys are dumb? Right?
Wait.
Oh yeah, there you go. Yeah, click. But anyways,
Jesus Christ.
We're gonna add the clink sound effect later. Don't worry.
lots of reverb and everything like that. But yes, this is Sam, so he does exist and
Nice to meet
whatnot.
you guys.
As we talked about before, we were talking about the blend between what you would say, quote unquote, real life and band life, which it's like two jobs. And when you do a real life, me and Ken have talked about on a prior podcast, we have bills to pay, responsibilities, car stuff to pick up, anything else along those lines. And it takes a toll on you trying to balance between your band life and what you want as a career, as opposed to your career just to make money and kind of just go through a rut of life, saying I wake up at 9, work, bust my ass, and I go 5, I come home, go sleep, pay bills, repeat.
Yeah.
Right now is a really good example of where that actually is, especially for you and whatnot.
Because he's done this twice now.
Yeah,
He's
and
doing it, yeah.
with this job, going a little bit of like how even right now it's as you've seen, we've had many podcasts where Sam couldn't be on it, and even in the recording, it's hard to match both and push onward with that. If you want to go a little further than that.
Yeah, you either have one of two problems. You either don't have time or you don't have money. And about 8 months ago, I didn't have any money. So, we were trying to get gear. We were trying to stabilize the financials of the band.
Money is the enemy.
Yeah, money is the enemy. So I
band
ended up getting a job. It's a good job. But the problem is, let me put it this way. In the past 4 weeks, I've worked 5 weeks, if you look at the hours. I work my ass off. I just don't have the time anymore, but I'm still, spending my one day off when I get it doing band stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So it is really, really stressful. So if any of you guys deal with the same thing, we get it. It's really hard to pursue this and at the same time not be poor living in a box.
I'll even say, tell them about when you were in metal, how you were in the hip hop field for a while.
Oh, man.
With your, you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's a whole nother story.
With your own label, you know what I mean? You just wanted to do everything and you still had to maintain. So what was that like?
Rough. Not like a baby's bottom. Very
What if it
rough.
was with a very rashy baby's body?
Yeah, very rashy.
Like,
Like no baby powder was used for 6 years of this
Like
child's life.
you've got government diapers. Is that a thing? Government diapers?
Government diapers
It
is
might
not
be.
a
If they've got government phones, I believe they might have government.
Those
diapers.
Bama are they called Obama phones now, or are they Trump phones?
They're-
Where they don't
Yeah,
work.
I really
You just
doubt he
open
still
it and it's
has
like,
those.
are you, oh.
Just call burner phones.
Yeah,
All right.
burner phones.
No, what Kenny's talking about, I had tried to start my own music production / label company a couple years ago, and it was an interesting attempt, a naive attempt, but I learned a lot from it. And that point in time, it was more of a hip hop rap genre, R&B music type of thing. And what I found out is that when you don't have experience doing something like that, the people that have the money to spend don't really come to you. The people that come to you are the ones that want it for free. And I get it, we're in a band, we look for free shit all the time as long as it's decent quality. But at the end of the day, got to get paid. So it didn't really ever take off. But it was definitely a learning experience and put me at where I'm at right now, as far as my knowledge in the industry and technology and producing and shit like that.
With that, I mean that our first couple, our like first demo and our first quote EP, or however you want to say it. It's another I use quotes again. Our EP,
Our demo.
yeah, the first one I had to
By the
mix
way,
through.
$5 at Walmart.
Yeah, I wish if we could make
It is
Walmart
not.
list the day that we're like, hey, on shelves of Walmart.
It's gonna be at
we're
Target.
gonna be making money.
It's gonna be at Target. Damn it.
Dude,
Oh
Target ain't
my
gonna
God.
sell our shit.
Now,
You get 2 copies for $5, man. Buy one, get one free.
Yeah, you get the CD and some government milk. You get a little bit of both
where the
And-
hell? What Walmart is this?
in the hood. Well, more hood Walmart.
In the hood.
Do they have like rich white? That's okay.
That's
for-
called Target.
You don't know what that is?
There's a ball in my fucking can of beer.
Have you never had Guinness? That's the
I've
nitrogen.
never
thing.
had it out of a fucking can.
Yeah, even the bottles have that. There's a little nitrogen thing, so it
Really?
opens as we go. Does it look cool and
that's,
nice?
That's fancy.
Yeah, because it's nitrogen
You
based.
drank it
Okay.
all already?
No.
Okay, he drank it all already.
Apparently, we're 12 minutes in.
Yeah, that's what
I
I'm
was
saying.
like,
We have
Yeah.
like a half hour to
we got
go.
a long way to go
It's
here,
fine.
buddy.
I
He's
still
moving
have
on to
some,
the
yeah.
Jack and
Still have
coffee.
some chat Coke left. That's fine.
So,
I'm not an alcoholic, Mom. I promise.
And she's watching this.
Oh, I'm sure she is. Yeah, okay.
but yeah, we've been in here recording, and with Sam here now, we're trying to get him to get in recording. But what we touched upon before was the fact we're having the hardest time keeping time in. Like the good old time is the enemy adage. We always pop in every time, and the things that we try to do or extracurricular stuff we try to do outside of that, like a promoter. Even our promoters asking, "Hey, do you want to do another show or anything like that?" And do you want to do a show on this date or a show on that date? Well, we kind of turned it down because we never know with his scheduling or like that, which it adds more into the hardship of trying
It's
to
more
develop the
stress.
band. Yeah, and with the stress too, it kind of goes with are we trying to? Well, the question is, I guess what we're looking at is the traditional going out to shows, playing a show, let's say every weekend, right? Doing that, does that traditional approach actually get you fans anymore, or as opposed to reaching out digitally, doing your Facebook, doing whatever it is, videos or like that? Is that the better approach? I mean, that's one thing we're always weighing upon back and forth. Yes, you want to do shows, but we know so many bands day in day out can do shows until they're fucking blue in the face.
Yeah.
And
they
just
don't go
nothing-
anywhere.
Yeah, just nothing.
They'll go on. They'll self-finance tours or anything like that, which is fine. You do need to get out there, but maybe even the Midwest region in itself, I mean, is not the best region for metal all the time. But we do have good up in Wisconsin, Michigan, and stuff like that too.
You would think it would be.
Yeah, because the Midwest.
In this area, though, I feel like you've got so many more metal bands per capita than you do have listeners and active people wanting to go to metal shows. Because everyone thinks they're going to be somebody when they grow up. They get in the band and they do the damn thing, which is awesome. Power to you. We're doing the same thing, but
Mm.
we have more bands in this area than we have people willing to go to concerts or to go to shows. Even to go to the bar to see your local music play. We don't get a lot of that support here. So in this area, for sure, yeah, you're right. We don't.
Even that too. A lot of the support too. The fans there are other bands.
Yeah.
I mean, I think that could even be across the country too. I mean, we don't have the opportunity all the time to go out and about. I mean, sometimes that's the common thing. You have these, like, let's say, touring bands on their tour package and whatnot, and they get the local scenes and everything like that. Sometimes they overbook the local scenes, and who's there is not the fans. It's not the promoters done their job or anything like that. It's the people. I mean, you're standing on the shoulders of the other local bands, which in turn, yes.
Okay.
With just
But-
going with that.
With you as a listener, all right, you're talking about overbooked shows.
Mm-hmm.
Would you really pay $15 to go to a show that has 12 freaking
No.
bands?
I'd
You know
say-
how long
I
that
mean,
takes?
How
How many shows have we played that we had to do that?
you guys know the brunt of it. I've bitched about that for just years because I wouldn't go to a show that started in the morning.
Yeah, you
Oh.
sound like
Yeah, you're like really far out.
you sound like you're from Detroit. Like you're in
That's
Detroit.
better. You can move the thing more, man.
I wouldn't go to a show that started in the morning
There you
till
go, that's perfect.
all the way. Then went all the way to like 1 a.m. Like, are you kidding me?
Caused it to peak. Look at that.
Oh man.
To
Well,
peak.
maybe
No,
you
that's
shouldn't
actually
have
good.
bit the mic.
Well, don't put it in my mouth, Daddy.
Hey,
Okay.
he had a spot and he had to fill it.
He had to spit it, and I filled it.
There was a hole that needed filling. I tell you what.
My name is Sam, and I'm versatile enough to fill your hole.
Son of a bitch.
God, Kenny, get it right.
Dude. I'm going to have to cut that whole section out because you'll be like,
What? I was right here.
Oh, we
well,
edit,
now you're good.
we edit
Yeah.
these things. We know how to do that.
No, we don't do
No.
it. Dude, I put everything on here. That way there's we want pure content.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I don't want any of this shit hidden. Everyone's going to be like, well, they
Why
edited
did-
it like, hi, how are you doing? Nice to meet you, Kenny. Thanks. This is a good show. Yeah, see here. So, we're gonna.
But nailing that point home when, like, as a listener, you're used to festivals.
Mhm.
Well, it's not a
Well,
festival.
festivals. Just because you have a bunch of bands on doesn't mean it's a festival.
No. You have to
But
have-
when you think of a festival, you're like, okay, these are all bands I've already bought their music, and I'm going to go see them. I already love them. Blah 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 blah. Well, it's not special if you have a festival every weekend.
Nope.
Mm-hmm.
So if there's always a show that is always from 12 to 12 every weekend, after a while, maybe even after the very first time, yeah.
And it could be too. This is from our experience, like the promoters in our area. It might work somewhere else. They might market it differently. Like, I don't mind going. Let's say if it's $15, right? Or let's say like it's $12. Okay, there's 12 bands or like that. You say you have like 2 or 3 headliners. You have other stuff at the venue. Even if I have to pay for it, if it's beer, if it's food, if it's something along the lines, make it worthwhile for me to stay, as opposed to, all right, well, you're here to see Time Is the Enemy. Okay, well, they're on. Yeah, they're going to be the third one on. And then another band you want to see is going to be 3 hours later.
Yeah.
And then the headliners will come on around 8. A lot of times those guys, I mean, yes, you have to do it. And we all know where it is we should work at. You have to play the early slot. I mean, even these huge bands that are making millions like that, they go to a festival, they're on slot, they're opening band main stage, they go on at like 2 in the afternoon, no lights, there's like 20 people in the crowd, no matter how big they are.
Hey, they're still getting paid for it.
Yeah, and they're still getting paid for it, though.
Yeah.
Well, another thing, too, when I went and saw way back with the Family Values tour, I got there early just so I can see Trivium. And, like,
Yeah.
there's fans that are, like, really big fans with them, and the reason I liked it so much was, as stupid as it was, there was no one in front of us, right? So, like, Matt Heath, he was moving around stage, he got out of the corner. And then, like, I stood up and was, like, pointing at him. He literally, like, it's just the coolest thing to any
Yeah.
fans. He points at you, and he's like, yeah. I'm like, yeah. And he was like, we had a little fucking talk there while he was playing, which is cool. Any fan will appreciate that when you can actually interact with that. But going along with that, for how big they were during that time, he looked out.
Yeah.
He's like, hey, that dude's getting into it. All right, cool. Thanks for being here. And they gave a good show.
Oh yeah.
And that's the whole point. And that's why, yeah, we'll get pissy by, well, there's no one here. Our people are here to see us.
Yeah.
They paid to see
No,
us.
yeah,
And that's why we got to do every show from, we've talked about before, from 1,000 to 1.
If any of you guys have come to any of our shows, it doesn't matter how many people we've had in the crowd. We still play as if we're playing a packed house.
It's more
Doesn't
fun.
matter,
I mean, this is
because,
what I want to do.
Yeah, that's the whole point of this is to have
Yeah.
fun.
I'm not at work.
Yeah. Oh my god.
I mean,
No matter where-
I would like that to be work. If that was work, I am at work, and then you're,
I mean, we treat it like a job, but at the same time, you have fun at your job.
mm-hmm.
Yeah,
We
when you
don't- we
actually
don't-
like your job, you don't mind going.
Well, that's,
Yeah,
that's
sure.
and good. Now that we have you here too. There's so many bands too that we've played with, good and bad. We won't name specific names or anything like that.
No, I really want
That-
to.
Well, yeah, but
you
when
will not.
when we're there,
I won't. I promise. I'll be
we
good.
won't hate on anyone right now because I'm sure they got hate against us. But there's bands we've worked with.
We're in a metal band. Fuck that.
Yeah, whatever. That's like, dude, I don't give a fuck. But the main thing is when we came in there is we've got so much respect from most of the promoters we work with for how professional we are, how we go in, we present ourselves. You don't go in, no matter who we think we are, we're not. From management to any of the promoters to the owner of the place, et cetera, and that's why we're able to make the contacts work. But then we see other bands that we play with. They won't give. We've touched on this before, but they won't. It can be signed bands and not signed bands. They won't give any other local act or even the other people the time of day. Even vice versa, it could be a lowly no-name band giving shit to the headliners. Which, no matter who they are, no matter how shitty you are, you got to treat them something nice because they
yeah.
are a signed band.
If you're a headliner coming to an area, and John already talked about this, but seriously, if you're a headliner or you're a signed band or you've got some momentum going, and you come to a local area and you piss off the local bands, you just screwed your opportunity in that area to gain more fans.
Because it's going to spread.
Plain and simple.
Yeah.
I mean,
we've
like-
had that happen where people, we got these bands that are on these, national touring acts or whatever, and they're really not that big, but they think they are, and they won't take the time of day to talk to anybody.
But
Yeah.
then we've met huge acts. Well, I'll go back to specifically that. Like when we play with Butcher Babies, that was a fantastic experience.
Yeah.
It was the fact of as we left off. Granted, they're big time. But when we left off, they're chilling in the back. They spent the time,
like 2 hours.
yeah, just chilling with
Yeah.
us. Their manager had to come out and be like, "Hey, you guys got to
Really-
go."
Yeah.
Right.
And they're like, "Oh,
You
we're almost
really
done
gotta-
here." They were
yeah.
giving us hugs, to freaking just high fives, and like giving us their points of view what was going on.
Awesome advice. Great band.
And regardless if you like them or you don't like them, there's been a lot of stuff in whatever tabloids or whatever. Yeah, it is what it is. But that's not what we're getting at. What we're getting at was the fact is these were legitimately signed band to a top tier label.
Yeah.
And they gave us the time of
Yeah.
day.
Came to
they gave us a lot of time of their day.
Yeah, and the good ego booster is that even the manager, like this manager, he was all tight, right? And when he came out and he's like, "You guys did okay." Like it was like the good. It wasn't like
Yeah.
we didn't suck. All these other bands, he's like some of these other bands were terrible. You guys did okay. You couldn't just tell us we did good. I get it. I get it.
Yeah. I mean, yeah,
But-
because then I'm going to say, am I good enough to be signed?
And you're like, not to our label.
Wanna- Can I give you a demo? No?
See the way we got our label set up.
We have that checking and good old Kevin Hart.
Yeah, shout out to
That's a good
Kevin
job.
Hart. I hope you're watching.
That'd be awesome if
But,
the random people that watch this shit.
I'm perfectly okay with that. I mean,
Yeah.
we're all personalities, so it's
Yeah.
bound to happen one way or another.
Chia.
I love watching the
Yeah, the fact that you're blacker than
Shit.
me is gonna get us so far.
yeah, like that white guy's so black. Black.
I
Yeah.
gotta be, man. I play bass. It's all about
That's why you're quarter mile, not 8 mile.
Yeah, there it is.
Not quite there.
Quarter mile. I'll be lucky if I can run a quarter mile right now.
Are you driving the truck right now?
Oh yeah, Ford
Yeah.
Ranger. I'll tell you what, it's hilarious. Like I,
'Cause it's a
I
Ford?
look like verging on redneck. Right, I'm driving a Ford Ranger that I just purchased, and I'm wearing this hat, and I generally wear jeans. I got like that typical like maybe into country feel, but as you see me go down the road, I'm blasting 92.3 or whatever hip hop music I have on me, and people just looking at me like, "What the fuck is he doing?"
And
Do
he
you
knows-
have
who is
hate
he?
in your
Right.
heart? Because I do. I'm listening to this crazy music here.
Damn it!
These colored folk are playing this crazy music, and I just hate it. hate it. But no, it's
I need to know what's going on with them.
yeah, this brings us back to when we first started playing. We'll talk about Rob again. When it was we had
Rest
no
in peace,
white
Rob.
people in the band,
None.
and we would come into this place, and some of the owners,
Every
no
time.
one was racist, so
Oh
don't
my
take it
God.
this way. But when they came in, they're like, "What the fuck are these guys?"
You guys gonna rap?
Who are you guys?
Yeah, what? Why do they got all this equipment? Did they steal it? Did they steal that equipment? They got like 3 Mexicans and 2 black guys.
I still. You guys gonna rap? And I was so like, the fuck.
I was like, "Shut up, you!"
And then I had to remember, like, oh yeah, there's not a person in this clique.
And we had to remember this wasn't our town, so if we would have started shit, we probably got our ass kicked.
That too.
The theme with our band, the long list of members that are still around. Pause for dramatic effect.
He's been around the longest. Out of us.
Yeah, I'm not denying that.
We
I
like
wasn't gonna take that away from you guys.
we like challenging the status quo. You know, you think one thing of us, it's probably
Total
wrong.
opposite.
Well, like, you know, it's like bands like Upon a Burning, I think it's Upon a Burning Body.
Yep.
A bunch of Mexican guys.
Mm-hmm.
And
You never know.
no, when I heard them, I was like, these guys are
Nah, yeah.
Mexicans?
You not never know that.
Never heard
You
that
listen-
Upon a Burning Body.
You listen to their music, you be like, man, these white boys sound
Yeah,
great.
they're really
Just
good.
kidding.
God dang, they're Mexican.
damn.
God dang it.
God, I already like their shit. Fuck.
Yeah, God, these brown folk. Oh, God dang it.
Oh, bullshit, fuck.
Whew. Better get me some dipping tacos and listen to this heavy metals.
Look like I got to go get me a chimichanga.
I had some chimichanga. Not chimichanga. I had a cool little place. I'm sure we talked about it before, El Amigo, and I got the combo burrito. It's fantastic.
Fatty Wap
And
on the
then
grill.
yeah, and then see, that's what the shit. Okay, now I might throw some hate on that. That's the shit some of this rap is doing right now. I don't know what the fuck that is. I mean, it's not a rap talk thing,
No.
but we can cover that. There's some bullshit that's coming out with music wise that I'm like, what?
Hand up, hand up,
Right.
huh? Yeah.
See, the problem is people.
Yeah.
People.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you put some fat beats behind it, and
That's-
apparently you
it's-
get money for that.
It's all the beat. It's the problem is people listen to the shit.
Yeah,
And,
they
you know,
do.
if they put it out in front of people like, ooh, it's new, even if it's garbage, you know, they put it out in mainstream.
I mean, I'll be
So
guilty.
they're like,
when-
oh, this is the new trend. It's awesome. Let's put money into this, and then they fuck up the entire scene, like what was going on. You know,
I mean,
and
when we go out to the clubs, like, well, no one's sober. So it's
No.
like, you're like, I think is that a good song?
Right. Everyone's
then-
saying the same thing, and it's actually not what the lyrics are.
The money. And I'm like, well, I mean, they could say the same thing about our music, but because they're like, all you do is scream and stuff. I was like, well,
you see,
in the third movement,
Oh.
they're actually playing the Phrygian of, you know, some. If you want to be an elitist on that, screw that noise. I mean, hats off to you guys that are like the super techie dudes. I don't ever. That's too much. I don't got. I mean, maybe if we had, like, if we all had the time, we'd probably get into that. But even then,
Because eventually you plateau, you get bored, and you just do something
that's
different.
pretty much why all the new music that we got is, from my opinion, as good as it is, because we got
Yeah.
bored playing the same crap that we were playing. You know, it's all
we were
based
catering
on
to a
that.
lot of people. I mean, it was like, what's pop?
Well,
But now it's like,
not to
not-
you know,
It was gonna.
talk shit
I mean, it was
or-
gonna happen anyway, right?
shout
I
out
mean,
to no.
You were either one of us was either gonna come up with an idea and run with it, and you just weren't gonna be able to keep up, right? Because I mean, after a while, you write something, you're like, yeah, I really like
were we
this.
going to run for the hills? I had to put it. You know, I want to start putting at least one or some metal random quotes in here. I've been listening to a lot of Iron Maiden as of late. Fantastic. If you hate Iron Maiden, I don't know what the hell's wrong with you. You probably listen to the wrong podcast too if you hate Iron Maiden.
Okay.
That's a noise you made.
But yeah, you're right. I mean,
Talking to the goddamn mic, Kenny.
I am
Dude, you
talking
sound
You
like
like
you're in a
this?
fucking other
You're
room,
like,
like the
hello, how you
entire
doing?
time.
in my ears, I sound really loud.
No,
when I'm
just
right
no.
You sound echoey, like you're in the bathroom.
You sound soft.
Well, maybe I am soft.
He's got to fill that hole.
Whoa.
Is that how you feel? Oh, something soft.
$20 is $20. All right.
Ah,
Is better, Kenny?
You got to get that gas money.
They give,
Yeah.
they give you better.
Yeah.
That's all you got. That's all.
Okay,
that's
yeah, that's better.
All right.
Hey,
Hey,
I can hear you.
Is that better?
Right?
You're part of the team. Come on in for the big
Okay,
win.
okay, you could turn Sam back down.
Sam needs to go back down.
Oh.
But yeah, it's been a big process. I mean, the ongoing theme, which a lot of these are, is just trying to find the time in between normal life and your work life, and even the life, say like with your normal friends and like that. Some of them understand, some of them don't. Like I had a couple buddies that he DJ'd and whatnot, like real DJ, not like.
You're talking who I think you're talking about Ben, right?
Yeah, talking about
Yeah.
Ben, which we'll have him on here and whatnot. He's all about. He's a purist, just kind of like how we were kind of like, are we kind of metal purists? I was like, we're We pick
To a
different
certain
stuff.
extent.
And that's what I was trying to get another buddy on here too. He's really into like volumes and like the the really breakdown bands.
Yeah.
And I like we've said before, I get it. I feel like I want more from the music. And I'm not saying these guys are not talented. I'm not saying that they don't have anything else in it. I just, like we've touched before, it seems like it's the same cookie cutter thing. Which you could probably say that about ours. I mean, everyone's got their own opinions.
Yeah.
But from what I'm seeing, it's what's being released.
It just really depends on which cookie cutter you're using.
Yeah. Like if it's a pentagram. That's what ours looks like. So it cuts and then like there's
With the Rams.
yeah, it's got the fucking skulls and shit, and then some fire shoots out of it. You get a
Yeah.
cooked cookie as soon as it's stamped.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, just it's just like you said. Which one are you using?
Yeah.
I mean, it's the same cookie. Maybe yours is peanut butter and mine is chocolate chip, but it
I don't.
looks the same.
Dude, white
I don't-
chocolate
I don't know.
macadamia. Side note,
There we go.
cookies. That's what's your cookie here? Is it just chocolate chip?
M&M.
M&M?
Gotta have M&M's.
I don't eat cookies.
Oh
I just
my-
eat the cookie dough out of the jar.
No.
That's how you get salmonella.
Salmonella.
You did the slamonellas.
You gonna salmonella?
Salmonella.
y'all folk eating them cooked cookies? Ah, I don't
Hey,
need
my
that.
mama said you get
My
salmonella.
mama
you
said-
know.
my mama said-
So like, could you take like the cookie thing and put it in one of those cock guns and then just like shoot that shit in your mouth? Like,
Oh yeah, for sure.
If you'd be super lazy.
The chocolate chips wouldn't fit through that, would it?
No, I mean,
If
Are you
it
kidding?
was-
it's like
you'd have to
Yeah.
put. I mean, no. If
Are you
they
getting the
fit.
chocolate chip minis? Or are you getting like real chocolate chips?
minis.
There's
I
different
mean-
sizes of chocolate
Yeah,
chips.
but
that
why
are
would you
talking
put
about
mini
like
one? In the cookie dough?
Those bittersweet
cookie
ones.
dough.
Fuck that.
But it's already pre-made shit. Like the
Yeah, like you can buy a gallon of this from Dairy Queen.
that's ice
You've
cream.
done that, haven't you?
Sam gets depressed
No.
sometimes. He has to have ice cream days.
Why would I do that?
He's like, I'm so depressed. Ice cream.
ice cream.
I'm a keyboardist.
I don't know what the fuck I do in this band. Stum dum 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 ding ding. So
Oh man, I remember the day where he came in here, and he was just he was just stressed. He was just frustrated, and he was like, maybe we need to just switch it all up, Kenny. Maybe you need to be the front man. And I was just like, I mean, if it works, I don't care.
me and Kenny looked at each other like,
Jokes.
no,
He
you're
was
wrong.
just so you know what I
Look.
mean. He was just worked up that day.
Jokes aside, very frustrated with how everything has gone with former band members and everything else. And I'm all about doing what you love doing, making the product that you want, but doing what works. If it worked out that Kenny could scream or he was a phenomenal singer, but he's been the drummer for the past 5 years or however long, 3, 4, or whatever.
Mhm.
Fuck it, why not try it? You know what I mean? Because you
I mean,
never
that's
know
what-
what's
look
going
at
to happen.
Mastodon.
That's where
He
I
used to
at.
be the bass player. I can't remember his name. And like Brent Hines. Is it Brent Hines? Something Hines? I fucking remember his name up. But basically, yeah, the dude with the tattoo on his face. Him and they
Yeah.
shared vocal duties. And then I didn't know. I mean, they might have done more with him. But yeah, now the other ones, it's all three of them. I was like, it's pretty neat because you can clearly tell the difference between them.
Oh, yeah.
But it adds like really good flavor to the
I
songs.
mean, I'm not. Like I said, I wasn't against it. He just immediately picked out that I was going to be the biggest diva on the face of the planet.
he already is the
if
biggest diva on the
if I
face. He
got
plays
to
fucking
Tell
drums.
me I'm about to make like $3,000 if I sell that
Yeah.
drum set. I'm gonna buy a decent mic, and then boom, you got yourself a real vocalist. Because I know exactly how to act like one.
It just seems though like every time that I try to walk away from doing vocals, somehow I get dragged every fucking time. Like I don't do them. All right, we're gonna try this.
Yeah, no, secretly, I think you want to do
I don't
them.
want to because I can't do this.
Because you're
thing.
always
I wanna
like,
play
nah,
guitar.
man, like, fuck that. I'm just going to play guitar. And then we eventually rotate back to you being like, well, we could do vocals.
I
like-
want to be lazy and play guitar.
And see, there it is. I want to be lazy and play drums.
Yeah,
if
like
I'm the vocalist, I actually have to work.
I
this
I
wanna-
gotta
thing.
work hard.
I want to do the most.
They're good, dude. He's
Right.
singing now. No, like doing vocals are hard, especially
yeah.
like in our stuff.
Oh yeah.
And
I
a
mean,
lot
if I
of other
could, if I
music.
could do it, trust me, I would. Front.
You would die
It's-
because you already
it's really
have
hard.
asthma attacks playing, let alone trying
it
to
would
sing.
work out.
You'd be like, and you
I
just,
didn't have
you
to
just go
go.
down. What happened here, pup?
We played like 20 shows in a 2-month span. I didn't have one asthma attack. So you watch it.
Yeah, you went through like what, like 4 inhalers? I mean,
that show.
What?
We went through
You-
4
no, you're-
inhalers.
Their
He-
prescription.
he was like Bane. If
I
you
know,
had, if he had a
nebulizer.
nebulizer,
Yeah,
if you
a
guys know what a nebulizer is,
I didn't even have that.
If
then.
he would
I
have,
had
it's this machine. It turns on. It like turns his medicine into like
I'm
vapor.
really adopted.
Yeah, he'd be like,
but
and
there was
like,
There was a time, like, if I could, I was like, fuck me. If I could just plug it up, maybe it might look cool, and I would never have an asthma attack on this drum set ever again.
I feel like that would make you throw up because like when I had the asthmas, I had it more acute, and then
It's like the beta.
it's just like you could like feel it in your chest after you breathe.
I just
it
lose my
helped.
appetite. Yeah. I don't throw up. I just lose my appetite.
Like
so I
Sam-
could do like an hour, 2-hour treatment and just be chilling. And I just won't eat.
Well, it's like when Sam came in the one day with his keyboard. I was like, "Hey, by the way, you're playing bass now." And he's like, "What the fuck?
Yeah.
The keyboard he just bought.
You cool to play bass now?"
Former guitarist, keyboard bassist.
Sam was like the number one utility.
Oh yeah, I'm definitely like the utility player. That's fine. I'm
Plays
cool
first
with it.
bass, second bass.
I mean, like, it would just take more time if I was to be what. I mean, you already have the experience. I'm not. I could get it. It just means I'm not touching the drum set for a hot minute.
Yeah, you're right, but we kind of need a drummer.
Exactly.
I'd rather have a drummer than a
So-
keyboardist because what would happen is you'd have to like program all of the drum parts on the keyboard.
That'd
Exactly.
be terrible.
Hey,
It
could
would be
really
good
cool.
because
I mean, we'd be like Nine Inch Nails, but like metal. Oh, speaking of some other random news, because you know Chad Kroger is one of my favorite people. I don't care. I'm open. I don't give a fuck about that
Are
dude.
you hating?
I don't like Chad Kroger. There's a lot of metal dudes think he's fuck. After this, did you see basically he was hating on Stone Sour? He said they're Nickelback light.
What?
Yeah, I was just reading an article on that and I was watching the video. I'm like, you pompous asshole.
God forbid he tries to do
I don't
something a little bit different.
I haven't heard the new album, nor will I even try. I don't know what albums they have. I think was the last one they did was it Spider-Man or something like that?
Maybe
That Hero song? Was it that in? Didn't they do something with POD?
Nickelback.
Yeah.
Nickelback did that hero song.
Yeah, check. Fuck
Shout out to
Kroger.
Nickelback.
Stop that right now.
I don't know. No.
The easiest way to piss me off is to
Yeah,
mention
fucking-
Nickelback and Creed.
Out of things that
Hey,
I
man,
hate.
they've
No,
been
I
do-
like
They've
Creed.
been doing it for like 25 years now. You got to give them some credit.
I mean, I give him that.
Okay, cool. Longevity, but Jesus
Yeah.
Christ.
I could
I
shit
actually
in a
wanna
bucket for
challenge my
25
talent.
years. It's still shit in a bucket.
That's like me going back to gospel. I know it's going to make me money.
Even though
Oh.
their cookie cutter, they've still found a way to take that cookie cutter and make money off of it for 25 years. So I
No,
respect them for
yeah,
it.
Then
No,
I
for-
quit and
as
I'm
a-
going back to gospel and I'm just watch. I
Yeah,
just-
no, they're clearly making money, but to say you're better than someone as
yeah,
Chad
that was
Kroger,
that was far.
fuck that.
He's
no,
reaching.
Oh yeah, I mean
He was
it's
definitely reaching.
pompous as shit.
Yeah, he was basically saying like Corey Taylor's and shit. I was like, no, he not only fronts two bands, they're unique.
Yeah,
I mean, they
they've
sound
always
similar
been
sometimes,
unique.
but yeah, I didn't know
And
for
the
the
fact-
longest time that Slipknot and Stone Sour were the same.
Think about it. If you were
Right.
Stone Sour, right?
the
Or
main
Stone Sour.
Yeah, okay,
Mhm.
let's make sure.
if you were the main frontman for Slipknot for that many years, do you really think it's easy to get out of that and do something different? And he did it.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Like that's crazy.
So it's some
That's
of the
awesome.
members in there too. I don't know my history on Stone Sour. Isn't it some of the members too? Like
Possible. I don't
I think
know.
I think the
like the
bassist
guitar
and
players
maybe,
and
yeah,
kind of
I don't
spitballing here.
maybe one or
I,
two.
I imagine they probably worked with him on it. Maybe it would make
But yeah.
sense.
You know
It's
what
like
I
if
mean?
Kenny got into gospel, he'd probably ask us to help him with it.
dude, I play mean jazz
I
and
really
gospel
that's,
bass.
That's the problem though. That
I don't
thing
do
is-
that.
That thing is a guarantee. I would just be able to jump back in that.
Dude, like we
field and
talked
just-
before, our side
See
project
ya.
is Time is the Funk. I take out the bass and start jamming.
Yeah.
But no, I like metal. It's more fun. It's angry.
Chicka chicka.
Chicka chicka. That's not gospel.
No.
What was that song? Now I gotta make the left turn. What was that song that we listened to?
Booty. That was actually a song.
I still
Did-
can't find it on
Were
YouTube.
you with us when during that? We were driving in. Was it XM?
It was XL.
Yeah, and it came up. It was like blah 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 booty. I was like, that's the
And
name of
that-
the song.
Bro, that's all they
It's
said.
like booty. Gotta love that booty. Booty.
Booty.
I was like, this is only in funk. Can you freaking do that?
Bow, 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 the booty, bow, 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 the booty, bow, bow, bow.
That's
bow.
kind of. I mean, it wasn't exactly
Booty.
that. So,
I mean,
but it was pretty much that.
yeah.
It's what's like when Key and Peele did that sketch,
Yeah.
the Funkadelic. That hilarious. But I mean, that is the truth on some of that. It's just freaking funny.
yeah, it's that. Yeah. Shout out to Key and Peele. If I want to meet anybody, I want to meet those two. Hilarious.
Good stuff, aren't there? Isn't one of them do another movie soon?
He just did one.
I
Get
haven't
Out was
seen the
his.
first one.
Oh.
Get
Been
Out was his.
slacking.
Oh, the one with the cat. What was that called?
Oh no, that was before. Get Out. The movie Get Out is actually theirs. He was the director though.
Wasn't it a horror movie?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, never watched it.
Yeah.
Which one, Key or Peele, or Key and Peele? Oh, which one's cute?
He's the taller one, right?
Skinny? I don't know.
Whichever one is the short.
You like the
fatter
black one? I was like, they're both black, Kenny. So
the dark chocolate instead of
okay.
the milky chocolate.
Mm.
Dark chocolate directed
Milk chocolate.
Get Out.
speaking of chocolate, Symphony bars are delicious. Those are
cookie
good.
dough.
You know, cookie
There
dough.
you go.
They actually make cookie dough chocolate things. Was it by Hershey's?
Mm-hmm.
I'm not. don't
I
want
eat a
cookie
Mr.
dough.
Good bar. I'm sorry. Wink.
That's like basic.
It's chocolate and nuts.
I would like a Mr. Goodbar, please. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Kenneth Collins, and I would like a Mr. Good bar. It
Because-
fucking fits.
I don't like a lot of things in my. I don't like nuts. Nuts in my Goodbar. Anything else? Too much.
Did you know Kenny's a junior?
The second,
He's a junior.
it's on my fucking
Kenneth
social
Collins
that would
security
be
card.
junior.
That would be a
It's
second.
on my fucking social security
Hey,
card.
if you're lucky enough, you might be able to actually get his real one, not the Kenneth Collins sneaky one. Whatever the fake. Well, no, they're not. They're both real. One of them's for like other.
Oh, my
people.
Facebooks.
One of them's for real people.
Yeah,
Yeah,
see,
if
the
you
problem
get
is
the-
I have the same kind of thing going on too. I got an old Facebook account.
Well, see,
that I
I've got
haven't
my normal
deactivated.
account, but I don't ever check it. So when I get notifications, I'm like, "Ooh, what's this?" It happened. Like, yeah, sorry, I can't make it out tonight. 10 days ago, and I'm like, I'm just-
Like
I
it.
check everything that has nothing to do with me. I think the only time I'm on there is just to like double check or just to promote us.
Oh, yeah.
And I'd rather talk to you in person. Oh, speaking of old school, I was gonna say more old school than that. We went out to a place called Twincade this weekend,
Mhm.
and they had Zima. Now, for you, not millennials, we're gonna call Generation Y, just
don't
like
know
that
what
good old
Zima is,
Chevy
you're too
commercial.
young.
Yeah, you have a good old
I had
90s.
my first
I
one.
made him. I'm like, Kenny, taste the 90s.
I wasn't.
And then
It was good. I wasn't bloated. I was like, yeah, I can fuck with
yeah,
Zima.
it was just as terrible as I imagined it and remembered it, but it was fantastic in that thing. 5%
I
alcohol.
thought it would get better.
Yeah,
No,
no,
it-
it
it's-
dude, it
it's a
brought me back.
Smirnoff Ice.
It's actually the same Zima from the '90s. They just kind of froze it and then unfroze it, and then now you can
It's like,
drink
that, it's like that Austin Powers movie.
it.
20 years later.
Yeah, but I had Zima again, and it was weird. And we got to play cool arcade games. So I kicked the shit out of the X-Men game. Got multiple replays on that.
And see, when you're adulting and trying to band at the same time, you miss out on opportunities because I didn't get to go to that.
Yeah, 'cause
Nor
you
did they
always
even
fucking
invite me.
'Cause
they're
we knew you were
fucking
working.
Assholes.
Fuck am I ask you for? So I can hear no?
What time did you go?
10.
Yeah, I was probably off by then.
No, what day did we go?
What day did
Yeah,
you
that's
go?
right. We went on a Saturday.
I was off. I could have met you up
I
there.
could have probably.
Would you had of?
Would I had of?
Would you had of? Would you had have met me up there?
You know what? Goddamn it, I might have.
I fucking doubt it.
we gonna do the whole rest of
I
this,
think
this
your ass
fucking
was
podcast
sleepy.
and accents?
I think you. I
Welcome to Diamonds
I-
the Enemy.
Howdy, y'all.
Southern talk.
think you went home and caught some Z's that night.
This will probably offend some people because they're like they think this how we sound down here. And
No, y'all don't sound stupid at all.
ouch. Okay. Well, we're not playing in the South anytime soon.
See,
Oh,
that wasn't
man.
even me. That wasn't even me, and I'm the black one. That was Sam,
Yep, not touching that
the real black one.
Walking contradiction.
one.
Anywho, what were we talking about? Wait, it's
We
all
were
kinds of
talking
different-
about adulting and banding.
Yeah.
How Sam
And then-
doesn't get to go anywhere.
Yeah, it sucks. Don't ever get a job, folks. If you're in a band, just
Just be a
ride it out.
band.
You go
Fucking
home.
hop in a van and eat PB&Js for 6 months and tour the
Oh,
country.
we
and
talked
you
about
might
this
work.
last time. How do you like your PB&J? I always said that I like
More
Skippy
peanut
or whatever.
butter.
More peanut butter than jelly.
And it's got to be nutty.
Oh, so you like the chunky one?
I like crunchy peanut butter.
What kind of jam or jelly do you like?
Just normal grape. But
Really?
I mean, every now and then I'll take raspberry jam.
See, raspberry or a blackberry.
Yeah,
Boom.
blackberry's pretty good too.
What you looking at me for?
Because I said
He's
blackberry.
like black
Black
berry.
of the berry, sweet of the
God damn,
juice,
stop
man.
Blackberry.
Who's peeking? Which one of us?
Both of you.
Technical difficulty.
You're not allowed to laugh and have fun during this podcast. 'cause
No.
it
My
peaks it.
bad. No fun allowed.
Yeah.
If I talk low, not loud enough, and then when I laugh, it's ah!
Like you're sneezing.
Yeah.
I guess you could.
Like a sneeze. Really? Nutty jelly? I'm sorry, not
Nutty
jelly.
jelly.
Nutty.
Something's
nutty
wrong if your
peanut
jelly's
butter.
nutty.
Is
Yeah,
it?
yeah, I've
Nut jelly.
Gotta
grew
try
up-
it.
Look, I grew
By
up-
KY. That's hey, Pen Penning. Hey, you could sponsor us. You want nut jelly? when I have
nutty
my
jelly, not nut jelly.
when I have my peanut butter, I enjoy my nut jelly by KY.
I feel like nut jelly would be like pre-used.
No, will it be a his and hers nut jelly?
Oh yeah,
Ooh.
there's got to be.
Flavored.
Yeah.
There's got to be a his and hers.
Time is jelly nut jelly.
On a very serious note,
Sam makes it himself.
I grew up in a very split household. Okay, there were wars about this. Half my family liked creamy peanut butter. The other half liked crunchy. So every day it was a fucking fight of which peanut butter my mom was going to the store to buy.
Can you just take regular peanut butter and put peanuts in it?
I mean, I guess you could, but fuck that. That's too much.
Look at
butter.
that. See how like boom.
Mind blown.
I can put more nuts in my peanut butter.
And he's over here like my whole family.
What the fuck? They're a bunch of.
What the hell's wrong,
Yeah,
Phil?
shout out to my fucking family. I love my mom. You're great. I hope you're watching. You probably aren't.
I don't know.
The rest of them, yeah, you can
make some pierogies and bring them
go
to
make
John.
pierogies. And
That's.
we're a pierogi family. If you like pierogies, check us out.
I heard they're not as good since you weren't graced with their presence. That's what I was hearing.
Well,
When are you gonna make some fucking pierogies for us again? We need a pierogi night.
When do I have time? And plus, my
And
job. I'm a
he
cook.
wants to be invited
I'm
out
a-
for
Yeah.
outings, but
I don't have time to make pierogies.
I
But
don't.
I got
invite
time to
it
go
out.
out.
And not only do I not have time, I don't want to get off my job where I'm a cook and cook.
No, you just gotta make the pierogies. We'll cook them the rest of the way.
Oh my god.
See, that's all I gotta do.
I still have to do 80%.
But
Yes, I'm thinking the next show, instead of merchandise, we're gonna sell pierogies.
Dude, those will
and
sell like
that
hotcakes.
might work.
I mean, if hotcakes were pierogies and pierogies were hotcakes, they will sell like
They will
hotcakes.
sell like hotcakes.
They would
And the
sell like
hotcakes
pierogies.
that we sell will sell like pierogies.
No.
Can we have? Can you make hotcake pierogies? That'd probably be. It'd be very savory, like maple syrup, some dough.
You're such a fat kid.
I'm not eating that.
No,
I'm
that
not
sounds
eating
terrible.
either.
Oh, we are gonna wrap it up because
Clogged my
we're getting a
arteries.
little bit later here. But
Clogged my
we did come up with, or actually I did come up with, the Ely pierogi. So basically,
Oh god. Here we go.
it's pierogiception. So what you do is you take the center of it is you take the mashed potatoes, you make a pierogi. Then you take you take a burger, like any sort of meat you want to use, bison, whatever. You surround said pierogi in burger. Then you take burger and make it into a pierogi. Then that pierogi is in between two pierogis, which are filled with the same concoction of pierogi. You put those together and you take one big pierogi and make that into a big pierogi, hence the Ely pierogi. So when you eat it, there's so much carbs, you just can go out. You go night-night.
I don't think you have enough pierogi. In
Yeah.
The
And there's bacon.
Pierogi.
There's bacon in there
of
somewhere.
course, it's wrapped in
Just,
bacon.
you just put bacon in there.
Is the bacon trend over? Are we still doing that?
Dude, I
Is
don't
that
give a
thing-
fuck. Bacon's delicious.
Oh,
The
yeah.
trend never ends.
Next, it'll be kale wrapped. in
Watch your
everything.
mouth.
Kale chips aren't too bad, but they're not bacon.
Yeah, kale
There's
is
a,
not
there's a
bacon.
big difference.
No.
And for those of you that don't want bacon, I'm sorry. I mean, that's your decision. It's
Mm.
wrong, but you know, that's-
You're wrong.
You're wrong.
Sorry
But,
for all of those vegan metal bands out there.
Yeah. Is there vegan metal? I'm sure there is.
Oh,
there
I
has to be.
guarantee you there is.
That's
There
boring.
has
Probably in
to be.
California. No offense, California.
Ouch.
I like California, but vegan metal. Yeah.
So yeah,
Look them up.
it's been great. Thanks for having me as a guest. Time is the enemy. You guys are great.
I mean, yeah, it's a good band, isn't it?
So,
Thank you for
it's
joining
all right.
Time is the Enemy here.
There's some work that could be done. The bass player sucks.
Yeah. But yeah, once again, I am John from Time is the Enemy. I play the guitars.
The guitars.
And I got to introduce Kenny because he's lazy. Kenny plays the drums and stuff.
Perfect.
And then, of course, you get to see Sam for once playing the bass diddles.
The bass diddles.
But yeah, once again,
Dildos.
check us out
Diddle
on
what?
Instagram and Twitter, official TITE. Also, check out our Facebook, facebook.com/timeenemy. Feel free to message us, contact us, etc., etc. And be sure to like and subscribe and please share.